What's going on, everybody? It's our Mike, and the Marshmallow update, as you can see, 6.0.1 or 6.0 is available for the LG V10. Let's download it and see what has changed. So as we download the update, as you can see, this is a 988 megabyte update. So not quite a gig, but kind of close. It's a little shy. So yeah, once this is done, we'll go on ahead and check out what's new. Alright, so we are back. The update is installed. I have the phone turned off. We're going to boot it up. And the reason why we are starting from a fresh boot up is because there's a new splash screen that I want you to see. This is the new Verizon splash screen with the new logo. And I believe this is the very first, besides possibly the new Samsung devices. But you can see this is a older Verizon device from last year with the new boot up. My wife has the Note 5, and that does not even have the same boot up splash screen. One other thing I'm going to check is once this is booted up, I'll look and see if we have a new security patch or not. The last one I remember was back on, I believe, January 1st was the newest patch that I had on this device. We'll see if this has been updated to a new security patch as of the March patch. Okay, so we're booted up. I'm going to double tap the screen to wake it. First thing you'll notice, we have a new, more of a clear looking number pad for my PIN, because I have my PIN protected. So when you're punching in your PIN now, it's actually clear. It doesn't have that haze like you've seen on the LG G4 in the background. The other thing is too, I have noticed that the response of the fingerprint scanner is way quicker now. Once it reads your fingerprint, we'll go ahead and hit the power button once. Once it reads the fingerprint, it reacts quite quickly. So what we're going to do is I'm going to hit the power button and watch how fast this unlocks. Done. It has become a little quicker, and there is a vibration. There's a haptic feedback that you'll feel. I'm going to try to capture this on video using my tablet as our mirror so you guys can see when I actually tap that power button. Okay, so I have my tablet set up as our mirror. I'm going to hit the power button and done. Do it again. One more time. Finished. I honestly must say this might actually be faster than the Note 5 when it comes to unlocking. Okay, so next we'll go on ahead and go into our settings. We'll make sure we're running version 6.0. About phone. The LG V10. Yes, we were looking for, we can get focus. We are looking for software. Yes, this is version 6.0. Security patch. This is running still the January 2016 patch. So January 2nd, 2016. So this is not the newest security patch yet. Okay, next up we will go over what is also new. Okay, so first off, this is the new software version VS 99022A. The first thing I noticed besides all the lock screen stuff is I think the font up here on our second display has gotten a little bigger, possibly. When I first booted this up, it had just the time up here earlier, which is the AM on it. It didn't have any battery indicator. It did not have the day and the date on it. So I don't know if that's something new or that's something that I just now noticed. But I think that's possibly something new. So as you guys saw how fast the unlocking is. Done. We're in. I'm going to turn off my NFC. No need for that right now. The first thing is, you guys know with 6.0 you all know about Now on Tap. That is now active. I'm going to turn that on. So that's available. Also, with the Now on Tap, most of you know how that works. You're inside a certain conversation about something, or somebody emails you, or sends you a text about a link or something. You can use Now on Tap to see what else that can curate. The next thing that is new is the Doze Mode, which, if we go into settings, it's not going to be labeled Doze Mode like it should be in the stock Android. We will go to battery, and then under, I believe it's Game Optimizer battery usage. ignore optimizations. So that is where you would whitelist what things you want to run in the background when this is in doze mode, when it's sleeping at night, or when it's not in heavy use. You can go through and check mark, oh, I want this to constantly update or run. So it is still known as ignore optimization, not doze mode. The next thing is the run permissions. So I need to think of an app here that I've not been in a while that will ask for permissions. Oh, you can see, put the Go 90 on here. Let's see if we can go ahead and get rid of that. Let's go to app info. We want to force stop, disable that. And I believe that's the only thing I've seen so far that is new in my app drawer. So back under the application manager, as you can see, we have the streamlined selection here for when you want to select all apps, enabled and disabled. In my disabled section, Go 90, that has been disabled. It has no permissions that have been granted. And then for the notifications, it was on priority or, standard. So I went ahead and just turned off allow peeking and all that, so that way we don't get any notifications about this application at all. And then another thing while we're in settings here, the Google Settings app that used to be in your app drawer, that is now gone. As you can see, I'm running a custom drawer, but you're not going to see it in here anyway. If it is in your standard app drawer before, it has now been moved to your settings underneath personal. It will be Google, and then all your security setups and sign-ins and all that stuff is all right here now. So it's all under settings now. So I've not been able to come across a application yet that needs me to allow permissions on it, but I went into my USAA app, and now that I'm on 6.0, I can actually do a fingerprint as my login. Okay, so now that I have my fingerprint set up, well, it has been set up from using it for the lock screen, but now I'm authorizing it and allowing it to be used for my USAA. I no longer need to enter a PIN. When I need to log in, I can just use my fingerprint now, and it will match, sync up, verify, and let me into my account. So as you can see, I'm in. Alright, so that's all for that. Now let's check out what else has changed with the 6.0 update. Also, now that we have the update under the Play Store, if you go into your settings, now that we're on 6.0, we can use your fingerprint as well for authentication for the device for purchases. So first I'll put in my Google password. Alright, now that my Google password has been put in, as you can see, our authentication, or fingerprint authentication, has been checkmarked for use with this device. So if we go to purchase something, say we go to my wish list, and we're going to, I don't think I have any other, no, I don't have any other very cheap apps that I was going to download. I'll try to download something later, and of course it will work using the fingerprint for authentication, showing that I'm allowing purchase. So next, I'm still trying to search for an application that will show us that it needs us to allow access to something using the permissions. So far I've gone into almost every single application in my app drawer, and I've still not found anything that is asking for permissions. And my guess is that is because I've allowed all these applications to do their thing since the update. If I was to do a fresh wipe on the phone and start the phone fresh and reload all the applications I had, then it would probably want me to go through and allow everything to have access and grant access to what the applications would need. So on to the next thing. This has not changed. It's something that was added in the Verizon's bullet points about the new update. If you push and hold your volume button, go all the way down, you now have your, well, you've had your vibration mode and you've had your silent mode, but they're saying that the silent mode is new now, which I don't think it is. I tested that before I did the update, and that hasn't changed. You can see you do the new animations though, where things lift away. When you do your pull down now, it's a little smoother. When you're opening applications, you can see they open from, depending on where the app sits, you can have that new bubble effect. So a little more material design. So everything flows a little nicer now. What else do we have? So another thing that is new is when you go to share anything on your phone, say you're going to share a photo of something, when you hit that share button now, you have your most recent directly shared items, which, as you can see, I've done my Dropbox, or my Google Drive is what I used last for sharing things, so you can go directly back to that. Or if you share something to a person continuously, it'll show up here, so you can hit that same icon and send off whatever you're wanting to share right away without having to go through tons of presses and scrolls and taps. And also, like I mentioned, the Google Share or the Google Settings is no longer in the app drawer. If we even go into my settings for Nova Launcher and I go under Hidden, I've gone under my hidden applications in Nova, and you do not see Google Settings listed at all anymore. That has been taken out, and like I said, it is now under your settings itself, under Personal. There's Google right there. So that is no longer an application taking up space in your app drawer. And application peaking is another thing that is something you can change depending on what apps you want. Like if you're inside a game and you've got somebody that writes you on Hangouts, you don't want that stuff popping up. You can control that by going into your applications, and then say we are to select Hangouts. We'll go down to our H. So this is known as the peaking. It's what happens like when an app just drops in, a notification drops in when you're in the midst of a game or whatever. We'll go into Hangouts. We will go to Notifications. And right here, peaking is on, so I'll have it pop back in for a second and then float away, or you can swipe it up or away, depending on what you want. So that's pretty much it for the software update. Generally, you'll just notice that things will run a little smoother. Definitely what am I trying to think of? The fingerprint scanner or sensor on the back is way quicker now. And it's definitely a little more accurate. It's just so freaking fast and how quick you guys notice that. It's unlocked before you can even see what's on your home screen. So if you do want to see what's on your lock screen, just all you need to do is just tap once and you'll pop up your lock screen, put your finger on the back, and you're unlocked. And then, like I said, if you do have a pin on there, you can see the pinning is now clear. There's no shading or nothing, no transparent haze in the background now. So yeah, that's about it. Sorry this has been a long video. I just want to make sure I showed off everything that was new with the update for the Verizon LG V10. If you guys have any comments or questions, please leave them in the comment section down below. If you guys have noticed something that I missed in this video, please leave that in the comment section down below. Hope you all enjoyed it. This is RF Mike. If you guys please share this video with who needs to see it. As you can see, our media controls are now up here too, and I do not remember allowing that, so that's something new right there. Yeah, share this video with people that you know that would be interested, that have the LG V10. Again, it's RF Mike. I hope to see you all in the next one.